Hi everyone, I'm Mike Gallagher. We're so sorry for leaving you last year. A certain redheaded colleague of mine may have left certain things somewhere that kind of hindered our production of these videos, but it's okay, Brett, since I'm going to name names. But Keith, good to see you again. We kind of stopped coverage midway through the year, but man, it ended up being a fruitful year. You know,
yeah.
very, very successful, making a strong playoff run. Unfortunately, didn't end how you would have wanted it to, but still, going into the summer, you had to be very confident with where this program was headed.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, we made the MI championship game and we gave it a good run, but St. Thomas obviously played real well and went out into the regionals and represented real well as well. But yeah, I was very happy with how the season went and how the guys played, and very excited, yes, going into the summer.
Looking at who you brought in, you know, you obviously had some key departures, but let's go over who you brought in first. You got some very talented kids, some freshmen, and transfers that are coming in. Tell us about those.
Yeah, we're very happy about the recruiting class that we brought in with Swarty coming in from Mankato, who's kind of a first base kind of guy. We have some nice athletes in the infield with an Adam Carr and an Eric Pittman. We're excited about Brandon Flippin from Coon Rapids, a pitcher, corner infielder. Gary out of Prior Lake. He fits kind of our outfield mold.
Jeff Butler mode.
Yeah. You know what? Not real tall. We can just go out and play baseball.
Right.
So, you know, we're excited about those guys. Dan Rosenow from Gibbon Fairfax, Winthrop, and he's a kid that he had some arm surgery here this summer, but he's bouncing back and has looked good in the fall. And so has a young man who transferred in named Caleb Jester. He hasn't looked too bad either, so you know we're pretty excited about the guys that we brought in. We brought in not just good ball players, but they're good dudes.
Right. Coming off such a successful year, what was your kind of philosophy heading into this year? You know, you've talked a lot about it's going to be maybe a little bit of a smaller roster. You know, maybe just some things you might do different. So coming off such a successful year, did you want to go with what you know, or were you kind of finding a mix between a little bit of change here and just go with what comes to your mind and what you really think is right for the program as far as changes go?
Yeah, I think you always you try to get better. You always try to get better. You know, you never be satisfied with how you end up, whether it's in the playoffs, whether it's just regular season. You always want to get better. I think that baseball's the kind of game when you sit back and you think that you know it or you got it figured out,
yeah.
It bites you in the rear end and you end up having to rebuild everything. So you can't be satisfied, and I think we were happy with the tournament appearance, the championship game appearance, but we can do better, and we just need to shore up. We can shore up some stuff, and we put together little twists into the practice plan and that because you have a veteran team coming back. And but I think the big thing is just to get better every day, and that's kind of there's no big monster changes. Pitching. Some of the stuff we're doing with our pitchers we're real excited about, and the guys have really taken to it. But other than that, we just got to keep being reminded one game away from regions. So that's kind of what we're looking at.
On the lighter side of this program, you had your golf tournament earlier
Yeah.
this month, and that's always a lot of fun for alumni, players, and friends of yourself. Anybody that may want to come out. So tell us about that. Was it a success? How did it end up going?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a success. We had down at Emerald Greens Golf Course. They always do a nice job for us. We were able to get. I think we were one foursome short of filling it. Just we had cancellations at the end and such, and that happens. But other than that, the meal was great. We had a lot of great raffle items, and the guys that were there, are my guys. They're guys that played for me, and it was fun to see those guys again, hear them talk trash about the alumni game, which they won't win. But it was just it was fun to be around the guys again and kind of kick off the year. Coach Edor Nelson comes out, which is just awesome. I mean, that guy is kind of the godfather of Augsburg athletics. So to have him there is outstanding. And it was a fun event like it was the year before.
When was the last time they won the alumni game, by the way?
Never.
Yeah, so let that heed warning to all the alumni that are coming back. So we talked about newcomers, and let's talk about the departures. You obviously have had not huge changes in the philosophy, but you've had departures with key guys in the programs. Pat Marsh, Pete Fuller, pitching coach from last year. Joe Pierce, 33-game hit streak, everybody knows. Craig Henry, the world's greatest, which is, how can you fill those shoes? The world's greatest, So, and then also Mark Heisey and Alex Glasnap, debatably your two best pitchers last year. So, how do you fill those shoes? When in fall ball, are you looking to see guys that may develop into those kind of guys?
Yeah, I don't think you can't expect somebody to come in and do what they did over the period of time that they did it. But I think that we need guys that can bring their game up and be the best that they can be to fill that role. So it's tough for two 400 hitters in the middle of the order that are we're legitimately feared hitters. That's going to be tough. We got some guys that we want them to. They don't have to be Craig Henry or Joe Pierce. They just need to do what they can do. Pitching wise, yeah, we got some innings to fill. We have guys who are hungry and want that opportunity. And from what I've seen so far this fall, I'm excited that they're going to have that opportunity. So, we don't need somebody to try to be something that they're not. We need them to be the best that they can possibly be. And with the guys we have in the program, with the guys that we bring in, I'm excited about that because they're fun to be around, they're fun to work with.
Absolutely. Coach Keith Bateman, we're happy to be back with him in the nice, cozy office that you keep here. It's not bad. It's not bad. So
it's somewhat clean. We had a recruit today, so it's somewhat
okay.
Clean.
There you go. Yeah, best to clean up, I suppose. But I mean, hopefully he's not too making his choice on your office. But you never know, I suppose. So Coach Keith Bateman, we'll be back soon. Give you another update on fall ball, maybe next week or the week after. And good to be back with you.
All right, Mike. Thank you, buddy.